It's finally happened. The Empyrean restoration effort is complete, the foundation has been made, and Trials of Osiris is officially confirmed. What's going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and last night, we did it. We as a community donated over 1 billion polarized fractaline in a single day, pushing past the barrier to reach Stage 7 of the Empyrean restoration effort, completing the foundation, and unlocking access to the Savior title for everyone. And of course, as that happened, we got the reveal of Trials of Osiris. That's right, once Stage 7 was reached, a new video went live on Bungie's channel titled Destiny 2, Season of the Worthy, Trials of Osiris Returns. It's a short 3.5 minute video that confirms the return of Trials of Osiris in all of its Destiny 1 glory. And when I say Destiny 1 glory, I mean all of its Destiny 1 glory. It's gonna have a lot in common with the Trials of old. Basically everything in common with the Trials of old. And we're going to be covering that in this video right here. If you haven't seen the entire Dev Insight video, I'll have a link to it down in the description box below, although of course we are going to be playing it over the course of this video as we talk about what we learned last night. Trials of Osiris is going to be a 3v3 Elim type game mode just like it was back in Destiny 1 that is going to be launching as a part of Season of the Worthy on March 13th. And it seems like for this first iteration of Trials, Bungie very much wants it to be a direct callback to Destiny 1, because it's chock full of all that Destiny 1 goodness. There will be 3 maps introduced with the Trials of Osiris game mode. These are 3 classic Destiny 1 maps. We've got Exodus Blue on Earth, the Cauldron on the Moon, and Anomaly. 3 of my favorite maps from Destiny 1 finally making their way back into Destiny 2. And alongside that, the original Trials of Osiris Egyptian-themed armor is returning with this event. That's right, the armor you'll be earning over the course of Trials of Osiris is going to be the original armor of the Exile. And along with that, we get a look at some of the weapons we'll presumably be earning over the course of our Trials runs. This includes a Trials fusion rifle, a scout rifle, and even a possible sneak peek at a returning favorite from D1, the Eye of Saul sniper rifle. Now, just like before, Trials is going to be a card-based system. It's going to be 3v3 elimination. If you can win 7 rounds, you presumably get to go to the lighthouse where you're going to receive some massive in-game rewards. But if you happen to go flawless, which is winning every single match without a single loss, you're going to get an additional reward in the form of armor glows. The Exile gear that you earn will have a special glow that applies to it that week, which I do find a little bit weird. It kind of sucks that the glow only applies for the week that you went flawless, but I understand why Bungie is doing that. I'd imagine they're essentially trying to incentivize you and your team to try to go flawless each and every week, and if you got the permanent glow the first time you went flawless, you'd probably never try to do it again. So yeah, I kind of wish the glow was permanent, but I understand why it's not. Still happy to see that we're moving at least another step closer towards the type of ornaments we had back in Destiny 1. I mean, shoot, let's be real. This entire Trials thing is Bungie basically just ripping what was working in Destiny 1 down to a T. I mean, the same armor, the same modes, the same maps, and bringing it over into Destiny 2, which I'm fine with for this initial iteration of Trials of Osiris in D2. I'm perfectly fine with them bringing all the D1 stuff back. Of course, so long as we build upon this in future seasons and start adding in some new stuff as well, which I'm 100% positive is Bungie's plan going on here. But I do hope that we move forward to adding in the types of ornaments you could get on your Trials gear back in Destiny 1 as well. Do you remember like the Scarab gear when you went flawless and you got like the ornament for it? And the shields and sigils all lit up and you can have that on permanently? I'm hoping we get back to that level here, but this is a good first step. So those are the basics of Trials of Osiris. We've got the 3 returning maps, starting with Anomaly, the Cauldron, Exodus Blue. It's going to be that classic 3v3 mode. We've got the return of the exiled armor from the original iteration of Trials of Osiris way back in House of Wolves. But that's not all that was revealed last night, because there are quite a few little hidden Easter eggs in this trailer, and we've learned even more from some of Bungie's community managers and even Luke Smith himself. One thing to note here is that this is a power level enabled game mode. When Trials comes out, it is going to take your power level into account just like it did back in Destiny 1, just like the Iron Banner does now. And that's got a lot of players worried with the artifact system. Shoot, after this video went live, threads immediately went up on the Destiny the Game subreddit saying, can we please disable the artifact for Trials, because a lot of people are worried that it's going to ruin the experience. Whether or not that's going to happen, we'll have to see. I personally think having power level enabled in this in-game mode is fine, but I do see the merit of maybe disabling the artifact. If our new max power jumps up to, a base of 970 next season, which it's probably going to do, I think 970 or maybe 980 being the maximum light for Trials of the 9. Or rather, Trials of Osiris. Let's forget about Trials of the 9. But I do think having a max power level of like 970, maybe 980 is probably a good way to go, and just disable any power beyond that. That way, there's still an incentive and a reward for players to get to the max base power. Who knows, maybe we'll see some sort of compromise there. But another big issue, another big concern about Trials returning is of course the current state of the game when it comes to cheating. Cheating is a huge problem going on, especially in comp and especially on the PC platform. So a lot of people are concerned about that being rife in Trials of Osiris as well. And the question of requirement for this game mode did come up. Is this going to be a free-to-play game mode? Is this going to be tied to the Season Pass purchase? Thankfully, Bungie's community manager Dylan took to Twitter to answer that question. When asked whether or not Trials is going to be free-to-play, the answer is yes. Trials is going to be free to play for everyone who owns Destiny 2, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing, because when people have cheating accounts and those accounts get banned, it means they'll be able to jump right back in. Well, in order to prevent brand new accounts from jumping directly into Trials, there are going to be some requirements to unlock the mode. You won't just be able to make a new account and jump straight in. Which is great news, and hopefully that'll stamp down a bit on some of the cheating action going on right now, again, especially on PC. But Dylan's not the only Bungie employee talking about things. We get to hear a lot more from Luke Smith on Twitter too, specifically about the type of matchmaking you're going to be experiencing in the Trials of Osiris game mode. Here's what he had to say. I genuinely love Trials of Osiris in Destiny. I think it's clear in the dev insight piece below that our team does too. D2 needs aspirational experiences like Trials and PvP, and on March 13th, some of those long missing feelings will return. Trials uses connection-based and card state matchmaking. When you're on the cusp of visiting the new lighthouse, the one you all built with tons of fractaline and effort, we want you to be facing someone in a similar spot. We'll have more on Season 10 and Trials over the next few weeks. For now, here's a little Season of the Worthy teaser from the team. See you soon. And then we get an awesome bit of artwork that looks like a Warmind sword. Can't wait to see what that's going to be all about. But there you go, the question of what type of matchmaking Trials is going to use has been answered. Connection-based matchmaking, and then card state matchmaking once you get into the upper echelons and get closer to your lighthouse visit. This is very similar to the matchmaking that Trials had back in Destiny 1. Going to try to match you based on the best connection it can find, and then when you start to get to 5, 6, 7 wins, that's when it's going to put you up against other people who are at a similar number of wins. I am very happy to see their commitment to this type of matchmaking returning, and while it could be better, it could be completely connection-based matchmaking all throughout, it's certainly better than the matchmaking going on in the rest of Crucible right now. I wish they would have this sort of dedication to normal Crucible and Iron Banner and stuff like that. Hopefully they expand more upon that in the future. But alright, let's talk a bit about some of the Easter eggs that may have been found in this video. There's a lot of things that you might not have noticed the first time around. In addition to the returning D1 armor, it looks like we've got a brand new ornament for the Outbreak Perfected. You can see it in the quick clip showing off the return of the Exiled armor, as it's showcased next to what looks to be a Trials-themed shotgun and brand new hand cannon. A sniper rifle that looks suspiciously close to the Eye of Saul makes a very quick appearance. Some of you may remember that this was the original Trials sniper rifle from way back in House of Wolves. And of course we got a great couple of clips of the new Trials Scout Rifle and Fusion Rifle. But did you notice something that may have been hidden in one of these scenes? On the back of the Warlock in the left of this picture seems to be a returning exotic shotgun of old, the 4th Horseman. It's really easy to miss the first time you're watching this video, but if you catch a freeze frame here and look there, the barrel looks unmistakably like the 4th Horseman from Destiny 1. And when we pull up a comparison shot here, I would say 4th Horseman is all but confirmed. Of course, this is a dev build, maybe they used it in the dev builds, and maybe it's not coming to Season of the Worthy, but it's still pretty exciting to see it in play here. For those who don't know, 4th Horseman was a fully automatic 4-barrel arc shotgun. It was basically Legend of Acreus before Acreus was even a twinkle in Daddy Callus's eye. It had no range but a ridiculous fire rate that allowed you to push out massive amounts of damage, especially on arc burn weeks. And I would love to see a crazy weapon like that return to Destiny 2. There is certainly a lot to be excited for there. Now the last thing I wanted to cover was another small Easter egg like that that's easily missed, but it seems like a player here is actually rocking a brand new title called Flawless. In the scene with the Dawnbreaker Super, if you look over to the Hunter on the left, you'll see him rocking a Flawless title, which presumably will have a lot to do with the Trials game mode next season. But alright, there we go, Guardians. That's pretty much everything I could pick out from this Dev Insight video for Trials of Osiris. It's confirmed, it's happening, and returning on March 13th with Season of the Worthy. And while none of this is really too much of a surprise, we pretty much expected Trials for the last couple of weeks. I will say I am very happy with the enthusiasm Bungie is showing for this, and I'm psyched to see some of the things that are coming back. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff from D1, and I understand that a lot of players probably wanted a bunch of new things to come with Trials' return. But as I said earlier in the video, I get the feeling Bungie is looking at this as a first step. They figure, okay, we're going to bring back Trials, we've been working on it, we're going to bring it back in its original D1 form with a lot of D1 things, and then if it goes well, we're going to iterate upon that. We're going to add some new things in following seasons. That's the vibe I got from this. And if that's the case, I'm perfectly fine with them bringing back a lot of my favorite things from Destiny 1. You know your boy will be sitting here waiting for the return, the coveted return of the one and only Doctrine of Passing. I would love to see that auto rifle and all of those Trials weapons return to this game mode. I, like a lot of you guys out there, am a little bit worried about the power level thing. We talked a bit about that earlier in the video. Hopefully there's a cap on it, because if the artifact system is going to be as crazy as it is right now, I could see that, well, becoming a potential problem in the future of this game mode. But overall, I'm really psyched for the return of Trials of Osiris. I think Bungie did a fantastic job here, and I cannot wait to play on Anomaly again. That map was basically Shotgun Alley. Oh man, it's gonna be like going home. But that is it for this one, Guardians. Those are my thoughts on the return of Trials. What are yours? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Did you notice anything else in the Trials video that I might have missed? Be sure to let us know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. But I'm out for now. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty, and we'll see you at the lighthouse.